guys have any questions? Unless you have, yeah.
When you said before that someone said you were speaking on Shon Hara against 80% of MUSSAR for not keeping Shabbat, would it be Lashon Hara if you said, like, if you said so-and-so doesn't keep Shabbat, drives, and this and that, would that be Lashon Hara said on a personal level?
Who are you saying it to?
Like, you're talking to, let's say you're talking to anyone here, and you're saying about another Jew that drove on Shabbat that you saw, and you talk about it.
It depends what the purpose of what you're saying is. If it's for the purpose of toilet, for the purpose of helping the issue, meaning you're telling another person he doesn't keep Shabbat, we should really get him to come to the shiur on Tuesday. He doesn't keep Shabbat, we should give him a CD after Shabbat. He doesn't keep Shabbat, really you're not allowed to eat at his house, because if he doesn't keep Shabbat, then you can't trust his kashrut. If you're doing it for the purpose of helping him or somebody else, then that's one thing. But if you're saying he doesn't keep Shabbat, you shouldn't talk to him anymore. That's not helping anyone. That's not a good thing to say. So it has to be for the purpose of helping. It also has to be for the purpose of helping. The person that's listening has to be part of that help, not just telling anybody for no reason. Now, when we state that the vast majority of Am Yisrael do not keep Shabbat, it's not for the purpose of insulting chas v'shalom, Am Yisrael, or anyone in Am Yisrael. The reason why we say the truth, which is that most of Am Yisrael does not keep Shabbat, and many of the other mitzvot, is to wake you up. To wake you up, to make you realize that not only do we need your help to wake them up, but you're actually part of the problem. The ones that keep Shabbat are part of the problem. In fact, I think the religious people are a bigger part of the problem than the non-religious people.
Why?
Because the non-religious people, for the most part, don't know the significance of not keeping Shabbat. Because I see it in lectures. When I travel and I go to lectures, or new people come to the shurim, and we mention something about Shabbat, it's always the same thing. I never knew. I never heard this before. No one ever told me. I can't believe it. I would have kept it if somebody would have told me. Why didn't anybody tell me? I've been going to shul for 20 years. No one ever told me. It's always, I never heard, I never knew, I never heard, I never knew. And I know this because I was the same thing. So the non-religious, for the most part, they're not religious because they hate God. They're not religious because they simply don't understand the significance of going against Him. They don't even know, for the most part, that it is even going against Him. Which means that the problem, the bigger problem, lies with the religious people, the ones who do know. Because if you know what it means to violate Shabbat, and you're not sharing that information with the person that's not keeping Shabbat, you're part of the crime. If anything, you're probably worse. You know there's a train coming to hit him, and you're not even telling the guy to move. Rabbi Yaron Reuven, alav shalom, says that that's the biggest sinat chinam that exists, much more than the Moroccans versus the Yemenites, or the Yemenites versus the Ashkenazi, and the Ashkenazi versus the this one. All that stuff is all nonsense in comparison. The biggest sinat chinam, according to Rabbi Yaron Reuven, is that we see our brothers and sisters sinning, and we don't say anything. The religious people, however many of them we have in the world, they see many of Am Yisrael sinning, and for the most part do nothing about it, or sometimes they do, but they do something wrong. Like, instead of telling people, listen, come to my house, I'll show you what Shabbat is. Or come to the lecture, let's talk about something interesting, and then get the guy to hear some Divrei Torah and hopefully something about Shabbat. What do? They throw rocks at them sometimes. Or they curse at them. Or they go have different campaigns against them. Or different marches and protests against them. Or they just completely ignore them, which is the most part what happens in America. The first few things happens in Israel. Meaning, we're doing everything wrong. What we're supposed to do is get them to know the truth. How? Bring them to the shurim. Set up shurim. Give the information to them, and so on and so forth. But for the most part, the people who know the significance of Shabbat don't share it, and that's the kitrug. That's the case against all of us.
Yeah, but what if you try to share it to a non-religious Jew and they end up getting mad, or they just don't want to keep Shabbat at all, or they're just rebellious?
Okay, we're not talking about outcome. Outcomes, as I just said, is not your business. The outcome of your business is not your business. You're only responsible to go to work. The outcome of your learning is not your business. You're only responsible to learn. The outcome of your marriage is not your business. You're only responsible to get married. And even that is not your business because Hashem is going to decide if you're going to get married or not. The point is, all we're supposed to do is try. We're supposed to try. And according to the Rambam, how much do you try? You try to tell them the truth until the point of where they're going to beat you up. Now, obviously, most people are not willing to go that far, and most people don't even need to go that far. You only simply need to do is share the information with them. Sometimes it's better to share the information with them indirectly, meaning that instead of you telling them they shouldn't drive on Shabbat or they shouldn't work on Shabbat, give him a CD or a link or a video or a book that talks about what you want to tell them, because they're much more likely to listen to a third party than to listen to you. It's usually less intimidating, because if you tell them, oh, don't drive on Shabbat, immediately a secular person takes it as, why are you attacking me? Why are you attacking me? You're not attacking them, you're trying to help them. But he takes it, the Yitzhak tells him, no, he's attacking you. He's attacking you, curse him out, beat him up, punch him in his face. What is he on? Oh, he's not around. But the point is that the Yitzhak convinced him that it's something else. But if you go, and you did, God bless her, my wife, what she did today, what she did, she knows a few people that don't keep Shabbat. She went, she puts a CD in their mailbox, and that's it, finished. No hello, no goodbye, no, yeah, you should do this, you should do that. She took a CD, she put it in the mailbox, bye. She leaves the rest for Hashem. You made a $1 investment, let Hashem, something happens. $1, you put it in the mailbox, bye. This is what she can do. And many people did tshuva from exactly that. Many people, thousands of people, have done tshuva, something simple. I have a couple of guys, a group of guys in California. They go literally, they take my CDs, they go door to door, mailbox to mailbox, door to door. They slip it under the doors, they put it in some mailboxes. The other day, one of the guys, God bless him, he was putting it into a mailbox, and he decided, he realized that he put two CDs in there. So he took one out. So the guy that's his mailbox saw this and he thought that he's stealing his mail. So he yelled, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you stealing? Give me what you stole. I'm going to call the cops. So he got scared. No, don't call the cops. I'm just putting a CD. He goes, what CD? He goes, I'm putting Rabbi Yaron Reuven's CD in your mailbox. He goes, what is this? He tells him, listen, your Torah, your nation changed my life. And Rabbi Yaron Reuven is one of the reasons. And because of him, I'm converting to Judaism. Because of him, I'm doing tshuva. Because of this. And the guy was so impressed with this young guy and his story. He's like, you know what? I'm going to listen to the CD. If he would have went to the guy, hey, sir, yeah, you're violating Shabbat, you're driving on Shabbat, you're Rasha, you're Merusha, you're Genom. He's not going to punch him in the face. So, the thing is, though, is that you have to be smart. Hashem gave you a brain. Hashem gave you an imagination. You don't have to go so far. Indirectly, especially if you know the people. A lot of people try to debate people online or face-to-face. It's a complete waste of time. First of all, online debates is not only a waste of time, but 9 out of 10 times a chilul Hashem. Because the people that debate online are not looking for the truth. They're just looking for attention. Debating online, I'm telling you, both in the business world and in the Torah world, even more in the Torah world, it's a complete waste of time. I remember when I used to write articles, financial articles. So this is not only Torah world. Financial articles, I write a lot of articles, papers, and so on, and we publish it. And these, keyboard warriors would write all types of wonderful messages to me. Oh, some people would like it. And there's always a few people that hate you and your mother and your father and everything that has to do with you because you wrote one word they didn't agree with. You wrote 60,000 words, one word they didn't agree with, all of a sudden you're halfway retarded. It's even more so in Torah. You have a 3-hour lecture, times that by 1,000, you have 3,000 hours of shiurim. You said one word incorrectly once. This guy's an idiot. You can listen to him? Who is it? Show me your smicha. Show me your smicha. Who's your rabbi? What book did you write? Who gave you the right? What difference does it make? Is what I'm saying right or wrong? Is it right or wrong? Is it what I said or is it what God said? If it was God said, it doesn't make a difference that it came from me or it came from a donkey. And that's the thing. Yetzer Hara convinces people. All types of things. So you have to understand. The best way, don't debate publicly. Don't write on message boards. Don't write on comments. Don't debate at all. It's a complete waste of your valuable time, and it's only a mitzvah from the Satan. Satan wants you to occupy yourself with debating people that is going to lead you to nowhere. No one is ever going to do tshuva from it. And you're going to do that instead of learning Torah. Instead of learning Torah, you're going to debate people online. Oh, you're a fool though. Yeah, because you don't realize that da-da-da-da-da happened. Oh no, but you're a bigger fool because da-da-da-da-da happened. No, but da-da-da-da happened. And you're a fool. 3 days they're debating online. And what happens at the end? Facebook deletes it. It's the one thing they deleted the whole year. Everything else they kept. So it's just a waste of time. You want to help people? You really want to serve Hashem and get His people to do tshuva? Forget your ego. Take that ego, throw it in the garbage. Put some Clorox on it so it doesn't come out. Then start delivering the message indirectly. Take CDs. Take video clips. Take the message indirectly. Publicize that. Give people that. Watch the world around you change. Watch the world around you change. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable how that simple decision like that is so difficult for people to make. Myself included, I used to debate people all the time. Financial world and Torah world and so on. And I realized it's a waste of time in both places. You deliver the message indirectly, it's the best thing. Sometimes the message I send people are other rabbis. Sometimes I'll send them other rabbis' speech, lecture and so on. It's not always mine. Meaning it doesn't make a difference where the message came from. I'm just trying to give them the message. The right message. If it came from me, good. If it doesn't make a difference. There's no ego here. The point is the target. Target, you're trying to help the target. That's the mission. If there's anything else to your mission, you're going to fail anyway. You already failed before you started. I just told you you're wasting your time and you haven't listened to a single word I said for 25 minutes. You're not going to win the debate. You're not going to win the debate. People that debate are not looking for an answer. They're looking to win. I'm a professional debater for 20 years. I'm telling you what a debater looks for. I did this for a living. We're not looking for a truth. We're looking to win as a debater. As Torah, you're looking for the truth. People that debate Torah are not looking for the truth of Torah. They're looking to debate. They're looking to win. Meaning that even if a person that debates, even if he knows that his side is a complete lie, he doesn't care as long as it wins. So your debate is a complete fruitless effort. You wrote a 6-page article to debate his 3-page article. You've wasted worthwhile time writing this article. If your purpose was to debate him, it's a complete waste of time. No one's going to read it. No one's going to care, including him. All he's going to do, he's going to read the first 3 sentences, the middle 2 sentences, and the last 3 sentences, summarize what you actually said in between those 6 pages, and then tell you you're an idiot for writing it. And then tell you why he thinks you're an idiot.
Yeah, but let's say a Jew wants to get another Jew that believes in Christianity, he wants to get him back to being a Jew or thinking of a Jew. He's only going to be able to do that by disproving Christianity and proving Judaism is right. Like if God forbid somebody that you know believes in Christianity, how would you get that person back to Judaism without disproving the Christian side?
You're not contradicting anything that I said. I said you can contradict all of it, but not directly. Not your mouth. Somebody else's mouth. You want to do it your mouth, be my guest. You continue wasting your time doing it. But I'm simply telling you that for the most part, people will not listen to you directly. They will listen, especially if they know you. They'll listen to somebody else. They will take it from you. They'll take the CD from you, the video from you, the book from you, but that somebody else wrote. Why? Because already, if it comes from you, then it's an ego battle. But if it's just you just gave it to them, instead of you said it to them, to that person's psyche, his state of mind, he already takes it as, oh, I would have picked up this book anyway. It already becomes an idea that they own. So I'm not rejecting you debating people. I'm just telling you how to debate them. Debate them with somebody else's mouth. He had a debate, or two debates. No, there's two different things. First of all, he's a professional. You're not a professional. If you're a professional, that already puts you in a different level. Now, there's a professional that will build a plane. And then there's a guy that likes planes. Which one do you want to build the next plane that you go on a flight to New York? There's a professional that watches Discovery Channel. And also is a professional in actually doing surgeries. And then there's the guy that just watches the Discovery Channel but doesn't do surgeries. Which one do you want to do the next surgery that somebody that you care about has? The professional that watches and also does it. So that's the point. There's a professional. Professionals is a league of their own. So that's one. Second thing is that that's exactly the mouth you're going to use. You take the professional and what he said and you give it to the person that you want. Because that's pretty much what I'm trying to tell. I'm telling you the same exact thing. Just give them that professional. Don't give them your version of what the professional said.
Yeah, but what was the purpose of that debate if the guy didn't end up leaving his Christianity?
The purpose was not necessarily to leave Christianity. The purpose was not for him. The purpose was for Am Yisrael. That's the reason why he doesn't have another debate about it. People keep asking, why don't he debate this other Rasha Merusha Brown, Michael Brown, or other Christians that, because the reality is that no one can actually win the initial debate. The initial debate brought up questions that are part of the 800 questions that the Ramban came up with during his famous debate that beat the Christians and nearly got him killed. And Rabbi Mizrahi already knew that there's no answer for them. He already knew that he was going to win the debate before he actually started the debate, because he didn't come up with the questions himself. He used the sages, meaning he didn't even have his own thing. It wasn't his own material. It was the sage. It was the Ramban and other Chachamim that have destroyed Christianity many, many times over the years. So in essence, he came already knowing he won. He already came with 18,000 atomic bombs against the guy that has a plastic gun. You understand? So it wasn't really a debate. The whole purpose of it was to show Am Yisrael and anyone that's looking for the truth, there's nothing to see here. This Christianity thing, there's nothing there for you. And Baruch Hashem, that debate has led to thousands and thousands of people converting to Judaism, becoming tzaddikim, leaving Christianity, and actually many Jews themselves doing tshuva because of it. And in my opinion, it's the most important debate publicly recorded in the history of Am Yisrael. Publicly recorded meaning in video. Obviously the Ramban is also extremely important, but it wasn't recorded in video because 800 years ago they didn't have video. But the point is, Rabotai, is that that's the reason why he doesn't, Rabbi Mizrahi, Sheikhye, doesn't have another debate. There's no further purpose. He's not trying to win. Do you see my point? If he was a debater, then he would just have more and more debates just for the purpose of debating. To win. To win here, to win there, you win an award, you win the praise, you win the applause, you win some money, you win this, you win this. He's not trying to win anything except your neshama doing tshuva. So he already did it. There's no other purpose to do another debate.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to say before. If you're a person that really knows what he's talking about and you're debating just to give people the truth, that's...
Okay, but the thing is that most people think that they know what they're talking about and they don't. The standard version of yourself, the standard person, typical person, thinks of himself as much, much greater than what he really is. So, first we have to understand is that in order for you to debate any issue, you not only have to be an expert on your own knowledge of whatever it is that you need to, if it's, let's say, Torah, or if it's business, or it's so on, but you also have to be an expert on the opposing side's knowledge. Because the way to win a debate is not from your knowledge, from your own information, but rather on his information. Meaning you can only win a debate based on something that the Christians and the Jews agree on, not on something that they disagree on. So the rules of debate are very different than a disagreement. Most people think that debates are disagreements. They're not. Most people don't even understand the basic concept of what a debate is. They just yell at each other back and forth and thinking that whoever is louder actually wins. Whoever wrote more words wins. Whoever used the biggest word won. It's all nonsense. It's not even intellectually stimulating. It's just a bunch of idiots writing a bunch of words they don't understand. So the reality is that most people don't even know what a debate means, let alone to have them debate is a joke. Which means that if you're debating in the name of God and you don't know how to debate, you're much more likely to cause a Chilul Hashem than a Kiddush Hashem. And this is why it's absurd that some people that call themselves rabbis debate with Christians and have debated with Christians publicly over the years without knowing anything about Christianity. So you see a guy like Michael Brown, Rasha Merusha, Yimach Shimo V'zichro, that recruits Jews left and right, unfortunately. You see him winning debates against rabbis, and he's using that as his belt. What he doesn't tell you, and what people don't know, is that the people he debates are completely ignorant about how to debate, about what to debate on, and really, for the most part, about the other side of the equation. So it's not just about you want to argue. A debate is not an argument, especially if it's public, especially if there's other people there. It's a very, very, very dangerous ground to walk on.
Also add that Michael Brown cuts out a lot of what the rabbi would say.
Irrelevant. The point is, even if he doesn't, the point is that for the most part, people that debate publicly should never write anything publicly, let alone a debate. Because once it's public, other people are going to use it against you. This is one of the things that I implemented in my business when we were in the business world, is that it took many years, and it's no exaggeration, you could ask some of my former employees, it took many years for me to approve for them to have their own email addresses. Simple email address that every single joker in the street has 3 of them. It took many years for me to approve my employees having their own email addresses. And the reason why is because I knew that at some point one of them will say something stupid on their email and it has my name on it. Do you understand what that means? There's a consequence here, and I'm just barely a human being. So imagine you're doing the same thing in the name of God. And you're saying something stupid, or you're saying something that's wrong, or you're saying something that's not even true. It's a big thing to take. You can't just tread lightly and be like any one of these people that have a debate every other day just to show off that they know something. In reality, you listen to the debates, it's a complete joke. So it's not a wise thing unless you're an expert. Expert in debating, expert in your own knowledge, in your own field, and expert in the opposing field. If you're not an expert in all 3, you have no right to debate, not in writing, not in debating, in speaking, not in any way. And aside from that, you also have, if you're doing it verbally, like speaking, you have to be an expert speaker no less than Barack Obama. If you're a bad speaker, you shouldn't even say a word. You shouldn't even say hello. Serious. You shouldn't even say hello. Nothing.
What if you hit the points?
You cannot hit the points unless you're a professional speaker. You cannot hit the points. I'm telling you, this look right now. You see me? It looks easy because you're sitting over there and I'm sitting here. It looks easy to speak publicly. It's not. I tell you the same. It's a lot of people try this. So I'll give you a test. This is how you test your public speaking ability. Okay? Your public speaking ability. Give any idea you want. Pick whatever idea you want. Torah, Parashat Shavua, anything you want to debate publicly. And off the cuff, say 5 minutes, record yourself 5 minutes straight, without pausing, without saying cutting out, 5 minutes straight. Watch that it takes you to make a 5-minute video, may take you 5 hours initially. It's much easier than it looks. It's much easier to look at Michael Jordan jumping in the air from the line and look like he's flying. It's much easier to look, oh yeah, I can do that. It's not easy. It's all, Baruch Hashem, it's all God-given talent. It has nothing to do with me. But I'm trying to tell you is that a lot of people don't know where the water that they're going into is hot. They jump into it head first. They don't realize it's hot. You can't just go in there and just become a public speaker overnight. I've been speaking for 20 years. All I changed is I changed the subject. You understand? So that's the thing. It's like if you're going to debate somebody publicly, then you have to understand is that you also have to have the ability to speak. And convey your message, what's in here, doesn't always sound the same coming out of here. 9 out of 10 times, it sounds much better in here. And when it comes out of here, it sounds like sewer. And you wish that you would have never said it. You regret the day you were born sometimes. Trust me. You regret it came out, oh, it was like vomit. Came out of your mouth. Like, oh. So it's not so simple to just go out there and it looks easy. Just ask anybody that's an actor. You know, if you know any actors, how many takes? How many takes they have to just do one of their little spiels they have in the movies? Every little thing is 15, 20, 30 tries to say a 30-second line. 30-second line takes them 5 hours, 10 hours. It's not so simple. So even more so in a debate, there's no books. And even if there is books, you can't just say, oh, hold on a second. Wait, what's it? Okay, let me check. Yeah, it's, let me check my phone. Okay, no, it's verse, hold on a second. No. If you don't know the answer off the top of your head, you lost the debate. So it's not so simple. You know, and people just don't know this. They just go into it. They go into a volcano thinking it's just a regular mountain. Oh, let me check out this cave, see what's in it. It's lava. And it's it. So it's just not, people are wasting their time. And this is exactly what the Yetzer Hara wants people to do. He wants them to waste their Torah, their valuable Torah time that's saving neshamot, including their own, saving the people that are falling off of mountains, spiritually and physically, saving the plane crashes, saving the cancer patients, saving the diabetes, saving their own problems, saving their kids, saving the drug addicts, saving the world with 5, 10, 20 minutes or 20 hours of Torah that they're going to learn. Instead, what do? They debate somebody and get nothing out of it and even make the thing look worse ultimately. It's not a good way to spend your time because the risk is too great. This is also the reason why even that I know how to debate and I'm telling you how to debate and all that stuff, I generally still refuse to debate. People have asked me to debate many times, serves no purpose. Somebody that's actually a rabbi wants to debate me. He's a rabbi. There's one that's a missionary. He calls himself a rabbi. He wants to debate me. I have no interest in debating him. I just gave my case without a debate. There's nothing else that's acceptable anyway. And there's actually a rabbi that asked me to debate. It's no point. Yes. Debate his theology versus Torah, versus what I say it is. In essence, he's trying to prove that there's a different way of doing things. The point I'm trying to tell you is that it serves no purpose. He's just trying to build his own, he's trying to get famous off of my back. There's a few of them. There's not just one guy. Few people are trying to debate me publicly. There's no point. I'm not trying to be famous, nor am I trying to make anybody else famous. I'm just trying to deliver the word of Hashem to you. You do what you want with it. I'm going to tell you what God said. You do what you want with it. That's the point. That's why I said to my first student, Nissan, several years ago, I told him, listen, I don't know what you keep. I don't know what you don't keep. I'm just going to tell you what God said. You do whatever you want. Within 20 minutes, he realized that he's a mechalel Shabbat and he has to start keeping Shabbat. Baruch Hashem, today he keeps Shabbat and many other mitzvot, had a kid, got married, and so on. But the point is, Rabotai, is that this is not, I'm not looking for money, I'm not looking for fame, I'm not looking for fortune. I'm just looking for the truth and I'm looking to deliver it to you. Most people that debate publicly are looking for the exact opposite of all of that. If it's not money, it's fame. If it's not fame, it's fortune. If it's not fortune or money, it's usually just kavod, making for themselves, from their peers, and from other people. Just to feed their own ego and their own nonsense. You want to do that? Good luck. There's plenty of those people. Plenty of them. So, Baruch Hashem, I think this covers that issue of debating. If there's any other questions, we could go over them. Otherwise, we could call it tonight. Anything else pertinent?
Would it be a sin for a person like the Chavetz Chaim to play a game of basketball?
Ken, 100%. It's a bitul Torah.
What if he's trying to get exercise?
If the Chafetz Chaim is trying to get exercise, Chafetz Chaim will exercise in other ways.
Well, I mean, you can exercise according to the Torah, physically.
Ken, you could exercise according to the Torah, and according to the Rambam, you should exercise. but it also depends who and what you are and how you're doing it and how much time you're spending on it. A game of basketball is not usually 5 minutes. And again, different people, different things. You can't judge Moshe Rabbeinu the same way you judge yourself. You're not Moshe Rabbeinu and he is not you. You can't judge Chafetz Chaim like you. You're not Chafetz Chaim and he's not you. Different people, different things. But for the most part, you'll see that most of the big Chachamim not only did not spend their time in the outside world, but many of them suffered major, major physical pains of all kinds. Major physical pains. And it has nothing to do with exercise. It has to do with kaparat avonot, but that's a shiur for another day. Next question. I know you have 87 questions as soon as the camera stands off, so I'll pretend like the camera's off. No, it's getting late, so I just want to go over the questions and finish.
Is it much harder to say that somebody used to be a Rosh Hashanah and they speak Shuvah? I mean, they used to be Rosh Hashanah and they Shuvah?
Yeah, it's not only Lashon Hara, it's against the Torah to remind a person that they did Shuvah. It's also against the Torah to remind a convert that they converted. You're not allowed to remind a Baal Shuvah that he did Shuvah. You're not allowed to remind... It's even more so. It's worse. There's no reason for you to tell another person unless it affects them directly. Unless it affects them directly. Now, if it affects them, meaning if you're using it for toilet, for there's actual useful purpose out of it. So, for example, if the person is asking, listen, I want a shidduch, but I'm looking for somebody that is has the fire of a Baal Tshuva, but this guy looks like he's been religious from before birth, from his previous gigul already. No, actually he did Tshuva 2 years ago, he just looks really religious. So that has a purpose. But if a guy says, listen, I'm looking to start a new minyan, we need a new guy. Oh yeah, I have this guy, but he's a Baal Tshuva, is that okay? That's not only Chilul Hashem, that's against the Torah and many, many other aspects. So again, the Torah teaches us that there's a lot of things that are allowed. A lot of things that are allowed, and there are some things that are not allowed. What the Torah does is it tells you when it's allowed and when it's not allowed. Because the same thing can be allowed for you and not allowed for him. The same thing can be allowed for you at one time and not allowed another time. That's the point of the Torah. And really the most critical thing that a person needs to learn, if let's say for example you learn from the Chafetz Chaim, is that you really have to think like 80 times before a single word leaves your mouth. Any word, anything. Anything. Hello, saying shalom, you should think about it several times before you do it. Why? Because if you do it on Shabbat, some people say, some of the poskim say you've actually you violated Shabbat to a certain extent. Why? You're not supposed to talk about things that are nonsensical on Shabbat. They only allowed you to say Shabbat Shalom because it's technically a milah in the Torah. It's the name of God. Shabbat is another name for God. But they had a big debate of whether you should even say Shabbat Shalom on Shabbat. Why? You shouldn't talk about mundane things on Shabbat. Meaning that the details of the law, the intricate parts of the law, show you that even to speak simple conversation between you and your wife, you and your husband, is a big deal. So to talk about other people, unless it's 100% to help somebody, to help them specifically, 99.99999% of the time, and I'm leaving the 0.01% for just exceptions to the case, it's forbidden. To talk about other people's money, always forbidden. Always forbidden. It's Lashon Hara. Like you say, oh yeah, Steve, yeah, he's so rich. It's Lashon Hara. It's 100% Lashon Hara, even though it's true. Lashon Hara is true. But saying Steve is rich, Dave is rich, it's Lashon Hara. Why? Somebody's listening, and maybe Steve doesn't want people to know he's rich. Maybe it's his enemy. Maybe it's his enemy listening, and Steve didn't want his enemy to know he's rich. Maybe he's going to sue him now. Maybe he's going to go send somebody to rob him. Maybe he's going to go ask him for money. You don't know. It's not your business. The less you speak about other people, the more likely you are to go to Gan Eden. For what purpose? Okay, that has a purpose. That has a purpose. If it's just to say, Rabbi Mizrahi wasn't religious his whole life. Okay, and? No, I just want you to know. And you just leave it like that, that's Lashon Hara. Is it? It has to have a purpose. There has to be a purpose. This is not a purposeless world. Everything must have a purpose, a good one too. It must have a good purpose in order for Hashem to allow it. It doesn't have a good purpose, we have a problem.
Are you speaking Lashon Hara against yourself and tell people that your desires that are not good?
What purpose do you have?
I don't know, you just want to fix yourself.
How is you telling other people that you have flaws going to help you? Are you telling it to a rabbi that could potentially give you advice? Or are you telling it to other people so they can feel bad for you? Or are you telling it to other people so you could feel bad for yourself? If you're doing it to feel bad for yourself, then it's Lashon Hara against yourself. Not allowed. If it's to give it to a rabbi that maybe can give you help, then it's for toilet, it's to help you. So you can say Lashon Hara about yourself, and it's a sin against yourself. Just like committing suicide is murdering of yourself. To sin, those people that commit suicide will have to pay for in Gehinom.
Does a person lose his entire olam haba if he commits suicide?
No, he gets judged as a murderer. Not his entire olam haba, but he gets judged as a murderer, and he has to do quite a bit of suffering. If he thinks that his suffering will end by him committing suicide, then he doesn't realize that his suffering just began by him committing suicide.
Other rabbis are quoting that you lose everything.
Yeah, you lose this world. You lose the ability to do tshuva in this world. You have to do tshuva in a different world, much more painful world, hot world, and so on. But nonetheless, it's not good. It's not good at all. Next. Beseder, guys, I think it's enough for tonight. Baruch Hashem. I think we covered a lot of different topics, even though it's one single sentence, one mishnah. Baruch Hashem. Ishtabach Shemo La'ad. I mean, it's mamash. I'm amazed every time these shiurim. I try to come up with a lot of different things to say. And honestly, I don't know, maybe half the material I didn't cover. I didn't cover half the material we have. Like there's books here open. The ones that are closed, I finished. There's still 3 books here open because I didn't finish. This is the Torah. You understand what you have, what Hashem gave you? What Hashem gave you Torah, mamash, on a silver platter, and all we got to do is remember Him. All we got to do is do tshuva. B'ezrat Hashem will do tshuva. We'll continue doing tshuva tomorrow. We'll continue to do tshuva every day. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.